The following is a presentation of the Magnitude Sports Network.
Here's a breakaway opportunity. Battling and driving a penalty kill. And shot the goal! Battling his way through and backhanding it in is Liam Chamula.
Yellowjackets looking to continue that run here, and a nice kick by Kennedy Pilgrim to keep that volley going. And a block at the net.
Tied on the 6. Knoll drives one into left center field. Hit well and deep, and a diving catch in left center field. A heck of a grab. Jordan Leininger took extra bases away and 2 down.
Hackle fires right side complete. The hook and ladder.
Oh, hey.
Richter to his feet. He could go. Richter to the house. Touchdown Jackets. Levi Richter on the Yellow Jackets lead with 13.8 seconds to go.
3 seconds to go. Cooler with the ball. 1 second at the buzzer. It's in! And the Pelican Rapids Vikings on a shot. And Matty Cooler go to the state tournament undefeated at 29-0.
Let's turn things over to the broadcast booth. The pregame show starts now.
And good evening and welcome into the fort at Dilworth Glyndon Felton High School. It's the Perham Yellowjackets and the Dilworth Glyndon Felton Rebels getting ready to square off tonight. Part of the Lakes Conference Boys Basketball action. I'm Jason Groth with Lance Rock. We welcome you in to the Budget Blinds pregame show. And Lance, first time these two teams met, it went the Rebels' way. The Yellowjackets hoping to try to return to fortune here on the road tonight.
Yeah, and I expect a really good game tonight, Jason, and a good atmosphere, a great venue. Again, another nice Section 8 AA, a place to play. And that first game, if we kind of go back to that, it was a real physical type game and played into the hands of what the DGF Rebels wanted to do, Jason. And again, I see some pieces that are out. Sickness has been running through both schools, is from what I have heard. So it's going to be really interesting what we have. And I think the real bottom storyline is this is a real key 3-game stretch for the Yellowjackets and the Rebels as they're really battling in that middle of Section 8 AA to find their home and where they're going to be seated come playoff time.
The next 3 games for the Yellowjackets, including tonight's DGF, Wadena Deer Creek, and then the Holly Nuggets. For DGF, they have Benoman Wadded coming up on Saturday. Then they're on the road at Pelican Rapids and take on Kindred. But that Pelican Rapids game is one that stands out for many different things, especially when you look at the HOL and Section 8 2A. In the HOL, DGF sits 2, Pelican Rapids is 3, both behind the surging Barnesville Trojans, who sit at 6-0 and 11-4 overall.
Yeah, and I don't in recent years remember, especially Section 8 AA, Jason, being so tight where you could probably go right down the list and make a valid point of why that team might make a run in the section. And so I think it's games like tonight that get you battle tested. If you're the Yellowjackets, you get on the road, the band's playing a little bit more of a hostile environment. That gets you ready for tournament time. And if you're the Rebels, you won earlier this week, you want to stay on a roll and kind of build yourself to where you want to be come that tournament time and definitely make a run at some of the top echelon teams.
We'll take a quick time out, come back here on the Budget Blinds pregame show. We thank you for tuning in tonight. It's the Rebels and the Yellowjackets on the Magnitude Sports Network.
Mike and Joe of Huseman Schreiber Masonry started the company in the spring of 2011 and have over 38 years of masonry experience. Based out of Glyndon, Minnesota, Huseman Schreiber Masonry have completed projects for several satisfied clients, including Monaga High School, Center for Scouting in Fargo, and the Spirit Lakes Tribe EMS building in Fort Totten. That's just a few of their recent projects. Huseman Schreiber Masonry is now hiring. Work year-round. Learn more about this 5-star rated company on their Facebook page. Just search Huseman Schreiber Masonry.
Randall's Excavating is experienced in underground utilities, specializing in water lines, sanitary sewer, and storm sewer, from site preparation and trenching to the installation of all site utilities. They also provide a large number of underground services and can complete your underground work from the street to the building. Randall's Excavating responds to emergency repairs of water leaks, fire protection lines, fire hydrants, sanitary and storm sewer lines, for all commercial and residential needs, including camera inspections, and they work with most plumbing contractors. For more info, visit randallsinc.com or call 701-219-9126.
You have options when it comes to purchasing your crop inputs. At Maple River Grain and Agronomy, it's our goal to provide our member owners with the best possible customer service from people that you know and trust who grew up around here and know what it takes to run a successful farming business year-round. The team at Maple River Grain and Agronomy can anticipate our customers' needs. They now serve the DGF and Barnesville communities, as well as Rothsay and Sabin, plus many other locations across North Dakota and Minnesota. Visit mrga.com today to learn more about Maple River Grain and Agronomy.
Concrete is used in nearly every business and residence thanks to its durability and low cost. Whether it's your home, farm, or business, your concrete will likely need maintenance or repair given our harsh winters. The team at Cash Concrete has over 20 years experience and is able to provide the best, most cost-effective service in today's market. Call 701-219-0425 or visit cashconcretefm.com to get your free quote. Cash Concrete, proudly serving North Dakota and Minnesota commercial businesses and the community since 1995.
For over 30 years, Budget Blinds, based out of Detroit Lakes, has been serving Perham, Fergus Falls, Park Rapids, and the surrounding area. Whether you need blinds, shutters, or drapes, check out the entire inventory online at budgetblinds.com. Budget Blinds is backed by the #1 provider for window coverings in North America and is your local window coverings expert. Visit them online today, budgetblinds.com, or give them a call at 218-206-9599. That's 218-206-9599 and online at budgetblinds.com.
Here's a look at what needs to be done to win this game.
Keys of the game brought to you by Rendell's Excavating. And the fort tonight for the Yellow Jackets first. Head coach Carl Hartman, limit the pass and cut game from the Rebels is one of the keys for the Yellow Jackets, and also find different ways to score against their switches on defense. In that first game, the Yellow Jackets were able to score a bit in that first half, but second half they went cold, only scoring 21 points, and that allowed the Rebels to kind of take control. They outscored them 39-21 in that second half in the early meeting at the Hive.
Yeah, and watching the Rebels play, Jason, it's evident they carry over from one sport to the other. Their football team makes a living on playing downhill. And I saw that out of their basketball team watching on Monday, and then also watching them against the Yellow Jackets. They want to cut and slash and get to the basket and really draw some mismatches, not so much on who's guarding who, but getting you on their side and then creating some foul trouble on the Yellow Jackets.
Now your keys for the Rebels, the home squad tonight. Yellow Jackets, one of the things we've been talking about off the air, need to attack inside, and if the Rebels would be good to keep the Yellow Jackets on the perimeter. The Yellow Jackets like to shoot a lot of three-pointers. Haven't had all that much success. They've had some, but you still want to keep them outside the paint tonight.
Yeah, and I think it's one of their go-tos is where they feel the most comfortable is the outside game and shooting the three. And a lot of times the old adage is you can live by the three and die by the three. And we've seen that with these Yellow Jackets where we've witness games where we go, oh my goodness, here we go, because they're just on fire. And then the next game, it's the other way, and you go, oh, pack it inside a little bit more. So I think, like all teams, you want to find a balance. And I would say that the Rebels are going to force you to do some things just because they're so physical and they play such a strong defensive game. Keys of the game tonight brought to you by Rendell's Excavating. For both these squads, the Yellow Jackets coming in with a record of 4-10. They're 2-4 in the Heart of Lakes Conference. The Rebels 8-6, 5-1. And the second key, you got to just control the glass tonight if you're DGF and limit Perham's possessions to having one and done. We've kind of hammered that home our last few broadcasts, but it's very key, especially in the shot clock era. Well, and those of you who've been watching the Perham Yellow Jacket girls, they've been getting second, third, and fourth shots. And if you can score on a possession and you have 4 shots, you only have to shoot 25%. That's at least how my math works, Jason. And so if they can limit the Yellow Jackets to one and done, boy, it makes you be a little bit more aiming for perfection. And sometimes when that happens, you tighten up and things don't go as well. So again, keys to the glass. I think the Yellow Jackets are going to have the size advantage tonight. So sometimes that rebounding just comes down to effort. Keys of the game brought to you by Rendell's Excavating. When we come back, we'll have your starting lineups tonight brought to you by
Cash Concrete, as well as Lakes Ace Hardware. Get your favorite Benjamin Moore or Magnolia paint colors or color match any color today at Lakes Ace Hardware in downtown Perham.
Odds are there's an ace right in your neighborhood. With expert advice and the right tools to make your quick fixes even quicker. Around the block, what you need in stock. With people who know their stuff. Welcome to the Home Convenience Store.
Hi, this is Mallory Stotterell
and Erica Saylor from Lakes Ace Hardware.
You can expect expert help for your next project at Lakes Ace Hardware,
right here in downtown Perham.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
It's something new every day, some different stuff to do. It's not the same monotonous thing over and over again.
Everybody works together, everybody knows everybody, you know, we all get along just well. It's just a great company to work with.
It's like a big family here. It's just everybody gets along with everybody and everybody clicks. Everybody just helps everybody out. And it's a pretty awesome job to have.
Ray's Sport and Marine in Perham has you covered for all your recreational needs. Ray's carries a large inventory of Lund boats, Bennington pontoons, plus Viaggio pontoons. They also carry the Yamaha line of ATVs and UTVs, as well as the full line of Honda Power Sports. Stop in and check out all of what Ray's Sport and Marine has to offer. Good luck to all Perham athletes, and go Yellowjackets!
Reuter Family Dentistry, with locations in Perham and Wadena, is now hiring. The purpose-driven team at Reuter Family Dentistry strives for the core values of excellence, commitment, and a positive culture.
My favorite thing about being part of Reuter Family Dentistry is just our values and our commitment to each other and to the patients. I know I can leave here every day feeling good about what I've done.
Game time is now only minutes away. Let's take a look at your starting lineups for this matchup.
Indeed, game time just moments away, so we'll take a look at our starting lineups tonight. First, for the Rebels, the home team, brought to you by Cash Concrete. They're going to have a different lineup than they did the first meeting. Starting at a guard will be a junior Thomas Reeder. Starting at a guard is a senior Peyton Oz. Also at a guard is senior Austin Anderson. At a forward spot, Brody Friend. And a guard spot, Landon Johnson. Johnson in that first game had 16 points, was one of the three players in double digits for the Rebels in that victory over the Yellowjackets. But one name you'll notice not in the starting lineup tonight, not in uniform tonight, Grant Anderson.
Yeah, and that's I was going to say it makes a big difference, and big differences in 6'6" and frame. And I think that might change a little bit to what the Rebels are going to do, as he's a nice presence in there. But boy, it sure is interesting, Jason, as we get down to this time of year to wonder, you know, you gotta kind of put the pressure on now to make that run, and both of these starting lineups, you know, they want to come out to a fast start.
Yellowjackets starting lineup brought to you by Lakes Ace Hardware. It'll be Blaine Schmidt at a forward, standing officially now at 6 feet tall. And at a guard will be Mason Happel, a senior. Also at a guard is senior Gage Johnson. And the forward spots tonight occupied by juniors Ashton Detloff and Cole Reuter for the Yellowjackets.
Yeah, and it's been one of those that you've probably, if you followed the Yellowjackets, it's been kind of an ebb and flow type starting lineup. And I think sometimes that's okay. Coach Haberman, I think, tends to lean towards matchups and where he can best defend and where he can attack on offense. And I think it keeps all these guys ready, because you never know what night your name's going to get called. But yeah, this is going to be, it's setting up for a really nice evening of basketball, Jason, and I'm looking forward to, as we turn to February, it starts to feel more and more like playoffs all the time.
One of the things you look at when you look at both of these teams, they've had some struggles in the section. Yellowjackets have had a couple of tough losses in the section. DGF 5-3 with their section record.
Yeah, and I think it's one of those things that it's a balanced section, and I think any given night, Jason, I'm almost thinking it's a flip a coin type situation. And you can look at records and you can go, oh my goodness, 8-6, 4-10, but I don't think there's that much that separates these two teams. You know, as you start to look at points per game, 61.5 for the Yellowjackets versus 57.5 for, you know, that's a couple shots. And defense a little bit leans towards the Rebels. I've given 57 points a game versus 64 for the Yellowjackets. So I think on any given night, things can flip in the turn, and it might be what you always talked about, those 50-50 chance balls, like the ball's on the floor, who's getting it tonight? And that might be the difference in the game, and foul trouble might also lead its ugly head into one way or the other as an advantage for one of the teams.
And for both teams, which player is going to step up and be that go-to guy and be that key scorer? The Yellowjackets looking for their first section win tonight. DGF looking for section win number 6. So we'll take a timeout quick, come back here on the Budget Blinds pregame show here at the Fort in Glyndon, Minnesota.
How has United Community Bank helped you guys through the years now?
Well, we started 13 years ago with one employee in a little shop out of our home. And now over the years, we've grown to about 25 employees and 2 shop buildings. So they have absolutely been amazing, supported us, trusted us, and put their faith in us. We just really couldn't have done it without United Community Bank. They are just really supportive.
What sets the world's leading hospitals apart from the rest? It's their continued ability to deliver the highest quality patient care. Perham Health is honored to be a top 10 Minnesota hospital. Patients experience it, and Newsweek has recognized it. Even during the unpredictability of the pandemic, the nurses, doctors, and many others at Perham Health put their best foot forward. Thank you to everyone at Perham Health for continuing to provide the best patient care.
At Nias Family Sales, our experienced mechanics are here to provide exceptional service in a timely manner. With 10 service bays, the service department at Nias Family Sales can work on all makes and models. Our experienced mechanics can do everything from oil changes, tire repairs, brake service, engine and transmission repair, and much more. Schedule your vehicle today. Call 218-346-5976 or visit the Nias Family Sales Service Center at 610 East Main Street in Perham.
Well, thank you again for tuning in to the Budget Blinds pregame show. Will give us an opportunity to thank our sponsors. We'd like to thank Frontier Airlines, Brake Clips, Dakota Fins and Feathers Budget Blinds, Waterfront Recreational, Perham Health, Central Market, New Horizons Realty, Perham Chamber of Commerce, Lakes Area Co-op, Henson's Plumbing and Heating, Joe Foltz Construction, River's Edge Cabinetry, Interiors by Winkle, Ray Sport and Marine, Nias Family Sales, Lakes Ace Hardware, EOT Insurance, KLM Family Brands, United Community Bank, Ruder Family Dentistry, J&L Nutrition and Backyard. We'd also like to thank Huseman Schreiber Masonry, Randall's Excavating, Cash Concrete, and Maple River Grain and Agronomy for tonight's sponsorship of DGF and Perham Basketball here on the Main Street Sports Network lines.
Right, and it's really it's ramping up here as we're heading towards the anthem and starting lineups, and really great student section for the Rebels tonight, and that might be one of those keys too. You know how you ramp up off of your fellow classmates, so a lot of fun things and a lot of questions to be answered tonight.
We'll take a quick timeout, come back with the opening tap on the Main Street Sports Network.
Hi, this is Mike from Magnitude Sports. I'd like you to do me a favor if you would. Subscribe to this channel right here, Dakota Fins and Feathers Outdoors. The channel is owned by a family I've known for over 2 decades and features some sports stars from previous Magnitude Sports broadcasts. So if you're the type of guy that likes fishing, hunting, dogs, you can get all that and more right here on the Dakota Fins and Feathers YouTube channel. You can also find them on social media, on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. It's educational, it's captivating, it's fun. It's Dakota Fins and Feathers Outdoors. Subscribe today.
I have 3 amazing kids, and it can be a bit complicated.
All right, you guys, you ready?
But there's nothing else like it in the world.
Bye, honey.
Traveling with kids is on another level.
Yay, let's go.
I appreciate all the extra help I can get when we fly.
Hi, how can I help?
I'm honored to get every passenger to their destination.
I'm so grateful that I've been able to fly with my 3 young kids.
At Frontier, we get it. We're flyers too, and we believe the sky is for everyone.
At Great Clips, we use online check-in to help NHL player Jack Hughes achieve game day flow faster, so he can do more with his time off the clock. Great Clips, official hair salon of the NHL.
At Great Clips, we use clip notes to save NHL player Cale Makar's haircut details, so he's always confident in his hockey hair. Because with a name like Cale, you gotta sport great salad. Great Clips, official hair salon of the NHL.
Mike and Joe of Huseman Schreiber Masonry started the company in the spring of 2011 and have over 38 years of masonry experience. Based out of Glyndon, Minnesota, Huseman Schreiber Masonry have completed projects for several satisfied clients, including Monaga High School, Center for Scouting in Fargo, and the Spirit Lakes Tribe EMS building in Fort Totten. That's just a few of their recent projects. Huseman Schreiber Masonry is now hiring. Work year-round. Learn more about this 5-star rated company on their Facebook page. Just search Huseman Schreiber Masonry.
Well, welcome back here to the Fort on the Main Street Sports Network as the Yellowjackets and the Rebels get ready to square off. Introductions taking place right now. Jason Groth here with Lance Rock as we get ready to go for tonight's broadcast and contest. Oh, and the lights coming on.
And one guard, number 3, the senior, Nate Odd. The 5'10" junior, number 0, Tommy Rader. The 6' senior guard, number 15, Austin Anderson.
Again tonight, different look for the Rebels without Grant Anderson. They'll be able to see how they adjust without him, and the Yellowjackets with a couple of changes in their lineup as well tonight. We went over starting lineups just a few seconds ago. So we get ready for this one.
Lights back on, make it a little easier for you and I, Jason, to do what we need to do. But again, I think a little bit of matchup, try to figure this thing out. Neither team with that real true type center. I would guess we're going to see Brandon Sandberg at some point and see if he can create a matchup. But for right now, pretty even Steven across the board, and here we go.
Opening tap will be Asher Detloff and Brody Friends get ready to go, and the Rebels will get the opening possession. As they'll bring it up court, pass to the far side, looking in the lane. Friend now hands it off there for Reeder. Reeder drives in the lane, Happel on him, closed off. Feed goes Sauce, and Anderson drives, left hand, layup, no. Rebound there, grabbed by the Yellowjackets and Onenson, and the Yellowjackets come back. Here with Schmidt.
Right away, that downhill, try to get to the basket for the Rebels. Yellowjackets are going to want to cut that off before and not let them get to the hoop, because that's a recipe for disaster for the Yellowjackets.
Happel with it now. Over to Onenson, near side, Happel. Both teams' fan bases with that tradition of standing until the first basket is made. As Happel will take a three, it's too strong. Rebound grabbed by Onenson. Now Happel will drive as the Yellowjackets extend a possession with the offensive board. Inside, Detloff now to Reuter, who will launch a three. That one's short off the iron. Rebound grabbed by Friend, and the Rebels will come back.
Interesting, you talked about outside shooting. Yellowjackets start out dialing from downtown right away, and again, a 0 for 3 start. You kind of wonder if we're going to see some more inside play.
Floater inside, short. Yellowjackets on the board. Detloff gets that one on the shot by Johnson. That was short off the front iron, early going. We're scoreless here from the Fort on their Huseman Schreiber Masonry scoreboard. Reuter with it now. Left hand in the lane. Gets cut off, goes to Happel. He will drive, pull up a shot, swatted away by Friend. And back come the Rebels with numbers. Bounce pass there to the hoop strong. Layup is no good on the shot attempt by Oss. The putback, though, there is good for Glyndon Johnson. And it gets the Rebels on the board.
You can see that constant attack of the basket, Jason, and that's what the Yellow Jackets are going to have to put up with all night. Little full court pressure. They were 2-3 zone. Let's see what they settle in this time after being in full court pressure. It looks like they're now they're back to their zone. I thought they were going to chase man-to-man for a second, but back to the zone.
Pass along the sideline, a baseline by Schmidt, tipped out of bounds.
One of the things that 2-3 zone does, Jason, is it really makes you feel like that outside shot is the open shot. And if you can get your hands back out and recover well, it's not as open as you think. So probably a good strategy right off the bat by the Rebels.
Happel baseline three, too strong. Rebound grabbed by Reeder. And the Rebels come back to LA leading 2-0. Schmidt trying to get a steal. Taps that one out of bounds on the far sideline. Now with it is Austin Anderson with 15:30 to go on the game clock. Drive, dish down low, goes out of bounds, but they say it's tipped out by the Yellow Jackets. Austin inbound gets it in. Now with it, Landon Johnson into the lane. But a foul.
Again, I hope I don't offend anyone. One of my least favorite traditions is standing for the first basket, making it a little tough for us to see tonight at the get-go, Jason, but we'll battle through it, and the Yellow Jackets will score soon, and all will be well.
But they'll have to score after the bucket by Landon Johnson to make it 4-0. I'm with you on that tradition.
Such an interesting, though, thing, the differences in style right now between the Yellow Jackets and the Rebels. Rebels, everything to the basket. Here the Yellow Jackets go in, but the Yellow Jackets more ready to settle for that three-point shot.
Schmidt now with the pass to Happel, looks to drive, handoff back to Schmidt. Now Reuter cuts in the lane. Rebels doing a nice job keeping him out there to the perimeter. Now Happel in the lane with 4 on the shot clock. Goes to Delhoff, drives with 3, draws a foul on his way to the hoop.
That was key. Detloff could have settled for the three-pointer there, and he's a good shooter out there, but decided to take that baseline dribble, and I think sometimes that settles you in if you can get to the free throw line and just slow everything down for your teammates.
The Yellow Jackets get on the board with a free throw, and the fans now settle in their seats as it's 4-1 in favor of the Rebels.
That one rattles in and out, is about 3/4 of the way down, Jason, and bounces its way out, and that's kind of the luck you and I have usually when we're playing horse. But again, it's good to get on the board, but again, Rebels right to the basket attacking, looking for that body contact, and I think it was there, just didn't get the call.
Schmidt near side now. Reuter looks in, not there. Onenson calling for the ball on the far side. Tough pass thrown away and a turnover.
Not a true skip pass, not a true swing it over pass. It was kind of an in-betweener, and that's why I think it was such a difficult one. And again, just trying to attack that 2-3, but really active 2-3 by the Rebels.
And a turnover there as they're looking for Reeder, who cut from Anderson with the pass too strong, out of bounds. 14:15 to go. Rebels up 4-1. Reeder didn't play in that first meeting between these two squads earlier in the season. Pass down low, Detloff now. The Rebels doing a good job of keeping him outside the paint. Reuter for 3, offline, no good. Rebound grabbed by Reeder and outletted up ahead for Oss. Oss with speed going downhill. Off the glass, good for 2, and Peyton Oss extends the Rebel lead to 6-1 early, under 14. Here's Onenson with it.
Keep waiting for the Yellow Jackets to run a set. I think that full court pressure is getting them out of their rhythm right now, and you look for the Yellow Jackets just to settle down, let the game slow down a little bit and get a shot.
Reuter at the floater, no. Rebound tapped out. Schmidt gets the board out to tap out from Detloff. Now Reuter baseline gets cut off, and that's stolen away on a tough pass there, and Oss going back. Schmidt with the reach in, and Oss picks up the loose change, puts it up and in for 2, and we got a timeout. Rebels in control early. They lead this one 8-1. We'll take a break on the Magnitude Sports Network.
Mike and Joe of Huseman Schreiber Masonry started the company in the spring of 2011 and have over 38 years of masonry experience. Based out of Glyndon, Minnesota, Huseman Schreiber Masonry have completed projects for several satisfied clients, including Monaga High School, Center for Scouting in Fargo, and the Spirit Lakes Tribe EMS building in Fort Totten. That's just a few of their recent projects. Huseman Schreiber Masonry is now hiring. Work year-round. Learn more about this 5-star rated company on their Facebook page. Just search Huseman Schreiber Masonry.
Welcome back. First half action, 13-16 to go. Rebels lead the Yellow Jackets by a score of 8-1. Jason Grohl from Plants Rock, we thank you for tuning in. Yellow Jackets making a couple of changes coming into the game. Alex Bloom and Brandon Sandberg out of the timeout. Quincy Cox comes in for the Rebels, as Bloom will bring the ball up court now. Goes near side with to Onitson. Onitson thought about Detloff. Dangerously close to the baseline. Gets a shot off, no good. Happel the board, draws a foul, and will have a chance for 2 at the line.
That's a nice look for the Yellow Jackets. Still shooting the 3, Jason, but they attack the glass. One of the things that you get with a 3-point shooting is long rebounds, and nice job by Happel come flying in from the side. Gets that free throw, and he sinks the first one. But nice job attacking the boards. But you got to be careful, because if you don't get it, you get a leak out, and then all of a sudden you're on a 3-on-1 on the other side.
The Yellow Jackets right now 0 for the outside tonight. Happel gets that one to go. And I know a lot of times they say shooting those free throws for a shooter is a good thing to get him going.
Yeah, that is, it just gives them a chance to kind of settle in, take a deep breath, and get a shot in. Look for the Yellow Jackets. It's a game of shot goes up and no good. Sandberg makes his presence known right away, but it's going to even out eventually. You're not going to shoot 0% for the night. So hang with the Yellow Jackets here, but man, what great hustle defense by the Rebels.
Sandberg inside, works his way in, puts it up and in for 2. His first 2 points off the bench for the Yellow Jackets, and just like that, the Yellow Jackets within 3. As the Rebels will come back the other way with it now. Driving baseline at the head fake. Now a feed inside to the cutter. Shot up, no. On the shot attempt by Oss. Rebound, though, grabbed by the Yellow Jackets.
Interesting. My camera work's not that great, Jason, but all 5 Rebels inside the lane during that possession and still had space to get up 2 decent shots.
Bloom with it now. Back up to Happel. They go to Detloff. Onitson drives baseline, cuts in the lane. A lot of contact. No call on that one. The Rebels come away with the loose change. They'll bring it back the other way with Reeder. Near side, Anderson looking in. Nothing there. Will now work downhill on Onitson. Clears from space, throws up a tough shot. It's no good. Detloff for the board.
Interesting to see if it happens. The last 2 times they've doubled the first pass. Yellow Jackets could slip a screen here and get an easy layup.
Said they'll launch the 3 with Happel, and it's good for Mason Happel. And just like that, we're all square on your Huseman Schreiber Masonry scoreboard. Driving baseline, Cox brings it back up to Austin Anderson. Swinging over to the right, taking a 3 off the mark. There's Brody Friend and the Jackets with the board. Looking to come back the other way now with 11:10 to go in our first half here from the fort. We're all square at 8. Onitson now drives baseline again, gets cut off, and it's turned over. And doing a nice job, Brody Friend there, getting the clean steal.
Yeah, baseline's not a great spot to go against the 2-3 zone. They want you to think it's open, then they're going to collapse on you. But here they go right back to the inside again. And
a late foul call going inside was Friend. As the foul is there on Happel.
I have to say I'm impressed, Jason, with how many bodies the Rebels can get inside the lane, and they're still able to have enough spacing where they're passing the ball. It's really a interesting and fun skill in this day and age where it's a lot of dribble drive as the first one's off, a lot of dribble drive or a lot of shooting the 3.
Johnson back in, Dylan Anderson checking in now for the Rebels. As the second free throw from Friend coming up here at the Reuter Family Dentistry free throw line. 10:50 to go. We're knotted at 8, both teams with the 2-point conversion as the second free throw is no good. Yellowjackets come back the other way with Onitson. Onitson now to Detloff. Onitson looks inside, feeds Sandberg. Triple comes on him, tries to find Detloff. It's through traffic to the floor, and a foul eventually is called there on Landon Johnson, and that's a big one because that's his second.
And again, I think if you're the Yellow Jackets and you get the ball in the post, you cannot lower that ball down below your chest area because they're just there and they're all over the place and their hands are active. Keep that ball up. Look for if you don't have your move, kick it out to an open wing player.
Bloom drives, feeds Detloff now for Onitson. Down back up to Happel. To Bloom again with 7 on the shot clock. He drives, floats up a shot in the lane, too strong. Rebound grabbed by Landon Johnson, who is playing with 2 fouls. Next whistle, he'll come out. The Rebels were quickly ready to get a sub in for him with 2 because they can't afford to lose him much more in this opening half or for this contest. He led the way in that previous meeting. A 3-pointer on its way. That's offline. Rebound grabbed by Onitson on the missed shot by Cox.
Really nice look, though. He took the open shot in stride, and here's a steal again by the Rebels.
Anderson draws the foul, going up strong, and Happel picks up foul number 2. And one of those, I think you just have to fight to see another day and let the guy go to the hoop and finish there.
Right, and it's a tough, you have to make the perfect play anyways, and you hate to see Mason Happel get his second foul as he's been playing really well and has probably been the most consistent shooter after healing up and getting healthy after some early injury this year. But first free throw goes, and he'll go out of the game for a while while Reuter and Blaze Schmidt come back into the game.
Now into the game, Makai Liedal. First action for the Rebels checks in.
Kind of wondering, Jason, your thoughts here. It kind of seems as familiar to that first game at the Hive, only there was about a 10-minute stretch there.
It is. I mean, those 2 teams were even for the most part in that first game, but the second half, the physicality of that shot no good kind of took over for the Rebels. And we'll see if that ends up being the story today, but the key thing is fouls already playing a role with some key players for the Rebels in foul trouble. Bounce pass for Bloom. Now to Schmidt here. Bloom looking inside. Sandberg works through. Shot up and in for 2, and Brandon Sandberg has 4 for the Yellow Jackets.
I like there was no indecisiveness there, Jason. He just turned. One of the things now is they were coming with that double. If he can see that outside shooter as the Rebels shoot a 3, I think we're going to get some open looks for the Yellow Jackets.
Liedal misses that one. Yellow Jackets the board. 10-9, 9 to go first half. Huseman Schreiber Masonry scoreboard shows you that. Bloom in the corner. Now Reuter off his hands, almost stolen by Reeder. Now Bloom gets it back. And now a blocking foul is going to be called on Reeder. That's his first. Here's Onitson to bring it up for the Yellow Jackets. Looking inside, Sandberg, tough feed. And the Rebels get the steal, too far in front of Sandberg. And the Rebels will come back the other way with a chance to take the lead with 8.5 to go in our first half.
Rebels switched up there. They came early with the double team, Jason, instead of waiting for him to catch the ball. Caught the Yellow Jackets off guard. Nice job by Coach Clark and his staff for a little adjustment there.
Rebels working around the perimeter now. That's Dylan Anderson, feeds it down low, baseline drive. Tough shot put up there by Cox. And the Yellow Jackets clear out for the rebound.
Might have lost a little bit where he was there as he got behind the basket. I think he thought he was in front and was going to go for that little floater, which would have been a really nice shot.
Blaze Schmidt with the head fake. Nice drive to the hoop and finish there for Blaze Schmidt. He saw the lane was open, took it to the hoop strong. The Yellow Jackets have their biggest lead.
Nice job by Brandon Sandberg there, sealing that off, just holding his position. You can't call a foul when the guy's posting up like that. So nice work by Sandberg making that an easy bucket.
Nice feed and finish inside. Dylan Anderson with his first 2 points of the night. I'm not usually this far off center, but it's a different angle and a unique view that we have tonight here at the Fort as it goes into Onitson on the far corner. Inside Sandberg, up strong again for 2. He almost gets up and under as he finishes it. But Sandberg's already got 6 for the Yellow Jackets, lead 14-11. He's got a nice night tonight.
He is, and he's definitely got a size advantage, but now he has to guard on the other side.
Lidahl with the wide open shot hits the 3, and we're tied at 14. I was going to talk about with Sandberg inside. The way the help's coming should open up a 3-point shooter on one of the other wings for him when he's down low.
Oh, absolutely, and if he's got to keep posting, and I think we'll let this play out here.
And a turnover again. That's an off-balance drive by Reuter, turned over. Lidahl back the other way. Lidahl with Sandberg on him is a tough matchup outside. And now it goes to the baseline, driving Oss. Fires a pass cross court looking for Lidahl, and it's tapped out of bounds.
I was going to say, Jason, I think Coach Clark was a little frustrated with their defensive rotation down on this end when Sandberg put that ball in and had kind of an easy drop step, so to speak, as hard as points have come in this game. He wants them to get over quicker, and that's going to leave that backside open, so look for a skip pass and an open 3 for the Yellow Jackets at some point.
Anderson looking for Lidahl, not there. Will go to Friend, who just checked back in. Friend now to Lidahl with 8 on the shot clock. And it's poked off by Schmitz. Coming into the game will be Austin Anderson. Dylan Anderson will exit. Glyndon Rebels 8-6 overall. Yellow Jackets 4-10. Both looking to gain ground in section and the Heart of the Lakes Conference. The big contest here is a 3-pointer on its way. Too strong. And a nice strong rebound by Friend. Driving with a nice left-hand head fake and getting it to drop is Austin Anderson for 2. He's got 3 now for the Rebels as they're back in front. Wilkosh with it now goes to Detloff. Kick out there for Onitson to take the 3, and he hits the 3. Gage Onitson gives the Yellow Jackets a 1-point lead. Austin Anderson now driving in the lane. Left hand off the mark. Ends up being a nice pass. The putback shot, no good. Detloff clears out for the Yellow Jackets. Here comes Bloom the other way. There for Schmidt baseline. Look for the kick out, not there. Comes back up top. Onitson, the straight on 3, no good. Rebound grab by Friend and a foul. It's going to be on Wilcox. And it's his first.
And just my observation, Jason, the Yellow Jackets don't play quite as well when they get in that helter-skelter type game, and I've sensed it the last couple series. Before that, they were looking in the post, slowing the game down a little bit. I've seen a few more turnovers. Here's another long 3, too long, but stays with the Rebels. But I think slowing this down a little bit, staying under control, and then choosing your times to run wisely will be a key for the Yellow Jackets.
Reeder with the feed, now a head fake there by Oss. It comes back up top for Anderson, pressured and stolen by Schmidt. And tied back up. No, nice spin move by Bloom, and he does not finish. But Detloff is there, and his shot is swatted away by Brody Friend.
Man, what a wave of emotions. It was the Yellow Jacket crowd up, then the DGF crowd up, then the Yellow Jacket, back to the DGF crowd, and that's kind of the way this whole game has gone.
4:36 to go. Yellow Jackets by a point as Wilcox gets the inbound. Inside it goes, and a foul going through Sandberg. The foul will be on Anderson.
Interesting move here by the Yellow Jackets as Happel coming back in with 4 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the first half with 2 fouls. That third one may have him sit a little into the second half, Jason.
Inside it goes. Sandberg off balance shot. Gets it to go. The Yellow Jackets now up by 3. And their largest lead of the night. Had it now multiple times. Haven't been able to really stretch that out. The Rebels have done a nice job of hanging around. Friend looking in the lane. Drives. Gets Sandberg off his feet. Can't finish. Detloff there for the board. Nice shot, Friend. Just got to finish that.
Well, I think the Rebels, if they look back at this first half, are going to look at the woulda, shoulda, couldas. They've had about 5 shots close to the basket like that have just rimmed in and out, and that's a 10-point swing, and that would be huge.
Foul there, Austin Anderson. That's his first, the 6th on the Rebels. Yellowjackets with the sideline inbound. Now with it there is Onitson. Getting guarded there by Anderson. Shot clock now at 6. It goes to Happel with 5. He'll drive, kick. Detloff, a corner 3. Too strong, no good. Rebound there near side. And grabbed by the Rebels. They'll come back the other way with it now. Here's Cox. Cox with the feed there for Dylan Anderson. Anderson, off balance shot. No good. Off the Yellowjackets, out of bounds. They'll stay with the Rebels. I think head coach Mike Clark might want to kind of rethink some of their shot selections as Braden Anderson will check in for the Yellowjackets.
Well, I think at the beginning of the game, the Rebels were getting to the rim more. Now they're kind of the game's getting more physical.
We're going to have a foul going through. I believe it's going to be on Onitson. They're going to discuss. It might be offensive, but I think it was Onitson going through the screen, just powered his way through, and they're going to discuss. And that's going to be my assumption on the call, but I've been wrong a lot before.
Right, and that's just what I was talking about. It's getting to be more physical. And I think the Rebels can still get to the basket, Jason, but they're getting bumped off guard now, and then they're settling for that kind of fadeaway, which I don't think is their strength. I think they want to get their cutters cutting downhill, so it might be the second guy cutting now, not the first.
I like the officials discussing, but this is taking a little too long of a discussion.
And again, it's 3 minutes to go in the first half yet. So again, this I don't think is a make or break possession. It certainly could be the way the scoring has gone. I don't think the Yellowjackets are going to like it the way it sounds, but
I think they're going to call the double foul. Is one foul? Yep, and that's indeed it is. Double foul. Gage Onitson. And then the foul will be Austin Anderson, which really, I'll save that for a different day. 3:14 to go, first half, 19-16, Rebels basketball. Wilcox will check back in. That's the
Austin Anderson second as he comes out as well, Jason. So again, in one fell swoop, it kind of put both teams in foul trouble.
Friend into the lane, up and in for 2 for Brody Friend. And it's 19-18 in favor of the Yellowjackets. Happel will bring it up court. Now to Braden Anderson, to Detloff. Detloff back up top for Happel. He has the look now. Nice head fake drive to the free throw line. Shot no good on the pull-up jumper, and Anderson for the rebound.
Love that he didn't settle, though. It was a nice pump fake. Got his player in the air and stopped at the right spot. Just missed the shot.
Three-pointer is good. Hitting the three is Peyton Us.
And again, this is kind of what I've expected, Jason, is this back and forth game. And I think it's going to be this way the whole game as Wilcox passes over to Anderson. You can see that doubling happening here, and this is what the Yellowjackets want to do.
And Sandberg to the hoop strong with the finish and the opportunity for the three-point play.
And again, you wonder, you hate to, you miss a player on the floor, but you miss a Grant Anderson at 6'6" underneath there. Makes that shot a lot different than having 6'1", 6 foot underneath the basket.
Sandberg to shoot the free throw. And that one's offline. And the rebound to us. Now with it, Austin Anderson. to Peyton Haas. Back up top it goes. Dylan Anderson. Now they swing it over. Three-pointer from Friend is good.
Another
Friend.
Rebels have caught fire. And, man, Jason, you couldn't write all the different ways this game has gone. And here they extend the defense just a little bit more. So interesting, maybe going man-to-man here. Nope, still in their zone.
Bloom into the lane, back to Wolkoch. Down to Detloff. Yellowjackets with 10 on the shot clock. Detloff tries, knifes his way through, uses the kiss off the glass for 2.
Nice move there by Detloff and splitting that double team, which never makes a coach happy.
Friend now goes to Anderson. They weave their way through it, comes back up top with it for Austin Anderson. Spin move, left hand off the glass, gets it to roll. Austin Anderson with 5 now for the Rebels.
And there he got to the basket again a little bit better. Didn't get bumped off of his route. And Yellow Jackets now just have to answer.
Reuter driving into the lane, off the glass, good for Cole Reuter. Shot clock, game clock, about 8 seconds difference. Anderson now gets a screen. Goes to Friend, who's going to launch a 3. That's off the iron. Shot clock off, 20 seconds to go in our first half. Rebels leading by a point. Yellow Jackets hoping for the last shot. Bloom will get the basketball, now get a screen from Sandberg. Gets stolen away by Friend. Friend to the hoop, draws a foul on the floor, which ends up for the Yellow Jackets working out well as Bloom picks up the foul.
He does, no basket, no free throws, so again, inbounds play, 6.6 seconds left on the clock for the Rebels. Again, I look at a lot of that screen the screener type thing, just trying to catch the Yellow Jackets off guard a little bit here, and they like to cut so hard to the basket, but we're going to get a timeout first.
We'll be back. Rebels lead the Jackets 26-25.
Randall's Excavating is experienced in underground utilities, specializing in waterline, sanitary sewer, and storm sewer, from site preparation and trenching to the installation of all site utilities. They also provide a large number of underground services and can complete your underground work from the street to the building. Randall's Excavating responds to emergency repairs of water leaks, fire protection lines, fire hydrants, sanitary and storm sewer lines, for all commercial and residential needs, including camera inspections, and they work with most plumbing contractors. For more info, visit randallsinc.com or call 701-219-9126.
Welcome back to the fort. Rebels lead 26-25. They have the basketball with 6.6 seconds to go. Thank you guys for tuning in tonight and hopefully enjoying this broadcast on the Magnitude Sports Network. Jordy Friend baseline inbound off the hand, goes to the floor, turnaround jumper, doesn't go, rebound tapped around. Yellow Jackets will get it, and could be a foul there at the end, but they're just going to let it play out. Head coach Kyle Haverman wanted the bump there. That would have put the Yellow Jackets to the line, but at halftime, it's going to be 26-25 in favor of the Rebels.
Right, and I think we saw what both teams wanted to do, and it worked for a while, and some of the things went well, some of the things didn't go so well. That's why you draw up new stuff at halftime. But again, I think if you're the Jackets, you found something in being able to get inside the paint on that 2-3 zone. And the Rebels kind of switched up their game a little bit. They went from all inside to catching fire a little bit from the outside, and we're almost even Steven at a half, 26-25. So I don't really perceive many adjustments at halftime, Jason. It'll be just do things we're doing maybe just a little bit better. And if you're the Rebels, you've got to think you've missed. That last shot was an example. You must have missed 5 or 6 that were within 2 feet. And if they go, this is an extremely different game.
We'll take a break, come back with your Go Wild halftime show, brought to you by Frontier Airlines. Make sure to visit flyfrontier.com today to learn about the Go Wild Pass and Lock-In one-way flights in and out of both Fargo and Minneapolis for as low as $15. That's all coming up here on the Halftime Show on the Magnitude Sports Network.
I have 3 amazing kids, and it can be a bit complicated.
All right, you guys, you ready?
But there's nothing else like it in the world.
Bye, honey.
Traveling with kids is on another level.
Yay, let's go.
I appreciate all the extra help I can get when we fly.
Hi, how can I help?
I'm honored to get every passenger to their destination.
I'm so grateful that I've been able to fly with my 3 young kids.
At Frontier, we get it. We're flyers too, and we believe the sky is for everyone.
J&L Nutritional Consulting is the area leader in beef, dairy, and seed. J&L has over 20 years of experience, and they use the latest technology in ration balancing software to make sure every part of your feed is utilized. They provide adjustable profit and loss projections, and their seed division makes sure to bring the best seed for your field, no matter the brand. Contact Mike, Joe, and Andrew at J&L Nutritional Consulting, 218-346-7487.
At Waterfront Recreational LLC, the mission is to deliver high-quality and custom-built steps, decks, and docks so you can access and enjoy your property. We believe in hard work, honest and fair dealing, high-quality craftsmanship, and excellent customer service. Our products have proven results. We can't control the weather, but our docks remain rock solid in the windiest of conditions. We also offer boat storage in the wintertime. Call or text 218-298-1353 for more information about each of our services, or visit waterfrontrecreational.com today.
And welcome back here at half. Jason Goltz with Lance Rock on the Go Wild halftime show by Frontier Airlines in a half. The Rebels hold a 26-25 lead on the Yellowjackets. We thank you for tuning in tonight. Balanced scoring for the most part, but one guy is leading the way in double figures for the Yellowjackets. That's Brandon Sandberg with 10 points.
Yeah, and this is a few games, Jason, that we've seen him really make his presence known underneath the basket. Same thing happening against Pelican Rapids. And again, I think we talked about it a little bit off air. It'd be best served for the Yellowjackets maybe trying to get that inside-out game going, because you have guys that shoot from the outside, and as soon as they being the Rebels have to collapse, you would think you're going to see some better open shots for the Yellowjackets. We'll see what adjustments are made at halftime, but good things look there for the Yellowjackets as balanced scoring for the first half.
Rebels led by Peyton Ross with 7 points, Austin Anderson, Brody Friend with 5 each, and Rebels in the first half attacked downhill. Shots started not to drop for a little bit there, and then they started hitting some outside shots that kind of opened things up a little bit.
Yellowjackets kind of forced them into that, I think, Jason. It got a lot more physical towards the latter half of the first half, and what I mean by that is you could kind of watch cutters through the lane were kind of getting that arm, trying to push them off course, not letting them slip those screens and get into the lane and make those easy layups. So they adjusted and they backed out of that and started to hit some threes. Now, I haven't watched them enough to know if that can consistently be done. If it can, they're going to be dangerous in the second half. So, it's going to be an interesting second half. We'll have a few scores, of interest in Section 8AA probably coming up after this next break.
Mike and Joe of Huseman Schreiber Masonry started the company in the spring of 2011 and have over 38 years of masonry experience. Based out of Glyndon, Minnesota, Huseman Schreiber Masonry have completed projects for several satisfied clients, including Monaga High School, Center for Scouting in Fargo, and the Spirit Lakes Tribe EMS building in Fort Totten. That's just a few of their recent projects. Huseman Schreiber Masonry is now hiring. Work year-round. Learn more about this 5-star rated company on their Facebook page.
You have options when it comes to purchasing your crop inputs. At Maple River Grain and Agronomy, it's our goal to provide our member owners with the best possible customer service from people that you know and trust who grew up around here and know what it takes to run a successful farming business year-round. The team at Maple River Grain and Agronomy can anticipate our customers' needs. They now serve the DGF and Barnesville communities, as well as Rothsay and Sabin, plus many other locations across North Dakota and Minnesota. Visit mrga.com today to learn more about Maple River Grain and Agronomy.
Concrete is used in nearly every business and residence thanks to its durability and low cost. Whether it's your home, farm, or business, your concrete will likely need maintenance or repair given our harsh winters. The team at Cash Concrete has over 20 years experience and is able to provide the best, most cost-effective service in today's market. Call 701-219-0425 or visit cashconcretefm.com to get your free quote. Cash Concrete, proudly serving North Dakota and Minnesota commercial businesses and the community since 1995.
Welcome back here at the half here at the fort. The beautiful DGF High School. The Yellowjackets trailing the Rebels 26-25. And we got some score updates for you, Lance. And one I know you kept a keen eye on tonight. Pelican Rapids and Hawley doing battle.
Yeah, 48-42 in favor of Pelican Rapids with 11.5 to go in the second half, and it's been a good battle, and I think that just goes to show, Jason, what we had just talked about. I think you can go 1 through you name your number this year, and anybody could play with anybody on any given night, and Hawley doing a nice job against, right now, would be the number 1 team in the section, the Pelican Rapids Vikings.
Another update, Barnesville's taking on Crookston. Barnesville leads by 10. That's early second half in Crookston. That's 39-29. Another score of interest, Morris area Shekinah, Alberta leads Sauk Center 67-56. That's a game that the Yellowjackets will keep their eye on. The Yellowjackets will face Morris here in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, it's just interesting night in and night out, and it's such a fascinating game, high school basketball, and I think this year it's probably even more so, Jason, as we start to think about who can match up with who, and that's what it might end up coming down to is certain teams match up really well with other teams and not so well maybe against opponent B, and it might come down to that where the seeding allows you to play somebody you match up really favorably, and I wouldn't be surprised if there were a ton of upsets, and by upsets I mean by ranking only, maybe not what it says on paper.
Couldn't agree more with you as you look at just the conference and the section overall. Barnesville 11-4, 6-0, number 1 team in the conference. DGF and Pelican Rapids right behind, so it'll be interesting how that plays out.
Yeah, it's going to be a crazy end to this Section 8 AA basketball and the Heart of the Lakes basketball season, and if you like that sort of thing, you got to just watch every night, because we've been watching scores flip-flop tonight even, and just craziness, and it kind of starts right here. This is a big battle, and we talked about for both teams, but I'll specifically talk about the Yellowjackets for a second, Jason. You're going to have 3 games against Section 8 AA opponents. I don't want to say it's going to make or break a year, but it's dramatically going to change what your end of the season looks like when you face these DGF Rebels, the Wadena Deer Creek Wolverines, and the Hawley Nuggets in 3 games in a row.
We'll just keep it right here as we get ready for the second half. Halftime show brought to you by Go Wild Frontier Airlines. We thank you for tuning in to the halftime show. It'll be Yellow Jacket basketball to start the second half, trailing the Rebels by a point. So I better be careful with our table. Almost sent that flying.
You want to see 2 guys scrambling, that would have done it.
Speaking of 2 guys scrambling, that was like us running through the buffet line today as we go for this second half inbound. But
outstanding. Now I'm in trouble with my wife. Thanks, Jason.
Anything I can do to help? As we get ready to go for this one, will be Yellow Jacket basketball. Foul trouble, a little bit of an interesting situation. Quincy Cox, Austin Anderson, Landon Johnson with 2 each for the the Rebels, and Mason Happel has 2 for the Yellow Jackets. Onenson gets the inbound from Schmidt as we're back at it here to start the second half. Happel now over to Reuter to Onenson. Onenson drives baseline, gets cut off, goes back up top to Happel. Cross-court pass picked off partially by Friend into the front row.
Man, they anticipate so well, Jason. I think you're going to have to see some backdoor cuts if you're the Yellow Jackets because they get out so well. But both teams working extremely hard tonight, and that's hats off to both coaching staffs.
Detloff down low and a foul. Foul is going to be on Reeder. That's his second.
There's one thing the Rebels have struggled with on defense. It's matching up with the post play of the Yellow Jackets. We talked about Sandberg, but Detloff is a nice size young man under there as well and causes some problems. And being left-handed changes how you have to defend the two of them.
Apple the look for 3 off the front iron. Rebound tapped around and eventually corralled by Austin. The Rebels will bring it back. Near side with the feed. It goes to Austin Anderson. Anderson drives. Offensive foul.
I think he was okay till that last lowering of the shoulder a little bit. And I was half expecting that. You watched Anderson in the first half, Jason. That step back jumper is what I was expecting to come. Maybe he was thinking, let's get it to the basket. And here's the other thing. That's his 3rd foul. So he's going to have to sit for a little bit. That changes the lineup a little bit for the Rebels.
Happel now. Drives, kicks. Reuter the corner 3. No good. Rebound corralled and grabbed by Dylan Anderson, who's had to give the Rebels some valuable minutes off the bench tonight. Here with it, Landon Johnson, who spent much of that first half on the bench, saddled with foul trouble. Shot clock at 20 for the Rebels. Back to Johnson. Johnson, turnaround jumper off the front iron. Battles for the board. It's tied up. Held ball will be the call. Possession arrow is run on our scoreboard. We'll give it to the Rebels.
One of the things that I've seen out of the Rebels here, Jason, is their calmness. Yellow Jackets are really trying to press hard. They're not giving in to taking a wild shot. They're really working for what they want. And there's a great example, just a good defensive block by the Yellow Jackets.
Friend shot no good. Makes a hustle play coming back. Puts some pressure on the Yellow Jackets in the backcourt. 16:15 to go, second half. Rebels by a point. In a battle of HOL rivals where the Yellow Jackets in the last 10 meetings hold a 6-4 record on the Rebels. The Rebels won the last one. Floater, baseline, getting it to drop is Gage Onenson.
And when you think of that 6-4 record, that speaks lots. One Owen Leach coming through that Rebel program through that time, and what he brought was just instant offense.
It's always fun watching those battles. That jumper is good by Peyton Haas. You mentioned Owen Leach on one side. On the other side, you had Soren Anderson, the prolific scorer, playing at UNW, and then Micah Thompson, who's now at River Falls.
Yeah, great battles.
Happel shot no good. There was a foul away from the shots. It's on Rader, his 3rd.
And that would have been one of those unique situations. It wasn't on the shooter, Jason. They were waiting to see if it would fall, and it would have been the Yellow Jackets. So a chance for a 5-6 point play on that one. But nothing, no basket, so Yellow Jackets out of bounds.
Reuter with it. Will drive in, but left the basketball in the hands of Brody Friend. Friend back the other way and puts it up and in for 2.
Boy, it's great defense by the Rebels, but too many turnovers right now for the Yellow Jackets and really leading to easier baskets by the Rebels. I kind of feel fortunate for the Yellow Jackets. It's only a 3-point lead for the Rebels right now because the Rebels have really forced the Yellow Jackets into a bunch of turnovers tonight.
Kick out, Happel The three is good, and we're tied at 30. Mason Heppel now with 8 points. Friend with it now to Cox, He tries to answer in and out, no good. Onenson, the rebound. Onenson back. Now to Heppel with 14 and a half to go. Schmidt with it. Head fake there. Onenson back to Schmidt. They swing it over to Reuter. Schmidt again with Reuter. And that pass thrown away as Anderson will get it. Now with it into the lane. Short jumper's good. Landon Johnson. And the Yellow Jackets really don't want him to heat up. He's got 6.
Between Johnson and Oz, they can really elevate once they're in the lane for their size, and they make pretty easy-looking shots at the basket.
Three-pointer by Happel off the mark. Oz up ahead to Dylan Anderson. Gets cut off by Schmidt. Now a jumper in the lane is good. Dylan Anderson with 4 now. And we got a stoppage in the timeout as the Rebels have stretched it to 4. We'll take a quick break on the Main Street Sports Network.
Mike and Joe of Huseman Schreiber Masonry started the company in the spring of 2011 and have over 38 years of masonry experience. Based out of Glyndon, Minnesota, Huseman Schreiber Masonry have completed projects for several satisfied clients, including Monaga High School, Center for Scouting in Fargo, and the Spirit Lakes Tribe EMS building in Fort Totten. That's just a few of their recent projects. Huseman Schreiber Masonry is now hiring. Work year-round. Learn more about this 5-star rated company on their Facebook page. Just search Huseman Schreiber Masonry.
Welcome back to the fort. 13 and a half to go. Rebels lead 34-30. Balanced scoring in the second half from the Rebels. Oss, Friend, Johnson, and Anderson all with the points for the Rebels. Happel and Onenson with second half points for the Yellow Jackets. But you said off the air, we kind of touched on it. Turnovers have been the key.
Yeah, the Yellow Jackets have to take better care of the ball, and it's some forced by the Rebels. And this is a lineup that did well for the Jackets as we see Sandberg and Bloom checking back into the game.
Teloff will launch the three. That's off the front iron. Bloom with a big rebound, though. Back to Bloom after Happel drives. Now Onenson will take a three. That's too strong. Teloff extends the possession with another rebound. Now Sandberg's going to back down the defender. Go up short. Get another rebound. The putback is no good. He draws a foul. He'll shoot 2.
Great energy and effort there by Sandberg. And again, it's so difficult once that first shot doesn't go in. You almost want to, I love the aggressiveness, but gather yourself, look for your open teammate, and then reset yourself and get into the lane as he misses the first shot. But that being said, how do you fault a kid who's working his tail off like that underneath the basket? And that's the energy he brought in the first half.
Second free throw from Sandberg. No good. And now a foul. Foul's on Happel, his third.
And, man, you don't want to pick up that third foul there, and that's just things that the Yellow Jackets, at tournament time, you do not want that to happen where he might have to sit as the Rebels get right back to the basket again.
Well, the Yellow Jackets step out of bounds here off of the rebound on the missed shot.
Again, the key was the Yellow Jackets were kind of bumping the Rebels off course. Now the Rebels seem to be getting back to the basket kind of at will. And just like that, we got to shut that down. Otherwise, it could be a long night here.
As the Rebels extended on the basket there by Johnson, now he has 8.
You said we don't want him heating up. Or if you're the Rebels, you do want him heating up.
Bloom with it now, Detloff. Onenson. Over to Bloom, looking inside, not there. He's going to work through, draw contact, and it's an offensive foul. Nice job there by Brody Friend to draw the offensive foul on Bloom.
Boy, I have been impressed with his hustle. And no surprise if you watched him on the football field. He's an ultra energy guy, and he's showing it on the basketball floor as well. As I don't think he sat down tonight, Jason, and he's up and down the floor and just doing everything right now for the Rebels.
12-16 to go on the Huseman Schreiber Masonry scoreboard.
Big possession, I think, here for both teams. You don't want that lead creeping up to 10.
Lead all shot, no good. Again, that Huseman Schreiber Masonry scoreboard, they're now hiring. You can work year-round. Make sure to visit them on Facebook by searching Huseman Schreiber Masonry. Pressure now. Zonenson with it. Sandberg trying to set a screen, unable to use it, though. Now Bloom with it. Bloom works, kicks. Happel, the three, good. Mason Happel with 11 cuts the Rebel lead to 3. Three-pointer by Friend, the answer too strong. Rebound, Happel gets it. He looks to run. Now we'll settle it down. Bloom drives, kick. 3 again, Happel, good. Mason Happel has now hit 4 three-pointers for the Yellow Jackets. We're all square again at 36.
Rebels are jumping that, trying to get to Bloom and leaving Happel, and the Yellow Jackets have found something, but a good answer there by Friend again.
Friend with the finish, working through the contact to give the Rebels the lead right back. We got a timeout on the floor. Rebels by 2 on the Magnitude Sports Network.
Concrete is used in nearly every business and residence thanks to its durability and low cost. Whether it's your home, farm, or business, your concrete will likely need maintenance or repair given our harsh winters. The team at Cash Concrete has over 20 years experience and is able to provide the best, most cost-effective service in today's market. Call 701-219-0425 or visit cashconcretefm.com to get your free quote. Cash Concrete, proudly serving North Dakota and Minnesota commercial businesses and the community since 1995.
Welcome back here to the Fort in Glyndon, Minnesota, just off Highway 10 and down the road. With 10:55 to go, 38-36, Rebels lead by 2.
Great game, and the Rebels are kind of doing what they started to do in the first half, and I like this, where the little full court pressure kind of making the Yellow Jackets go a little faster than they want to, and they're so quick with their defense, and I like that, Jason, and they're gonna, here they go again.
Sandberg off the nice feed from Bloom, evens it back up at 38. Sandberg now with 12. Friend with it, looks for the cutter, a lot of contact in the lane, they're gonna let that go. Now with the head fake, Anderson. Hand off Friend. Lead all for 3. No. Rebound Friend. Kick out. Anderson for 3. No. Lead all saves it. Unique possession so far for the Rebels. They haven't hit iron, but now it's stolen away. Fortunately for the Rebels, that was kind of a fitting end for that tough possession. With 10 minutes to go, we're tied at 38. Bloom's going to drive. They're going to converge on him. Off his leg, and it's going to go off a leg of a Rebel as well. And stay with the Jackets.
A little bit of rumble in there, Jason, and I kind of, that'd be a good replay. I was wondering if it didn't kind of sneak back off Bloom's, and here the Yellow Jackets throw it back court, but nobody touched it, so they're good to go.
Cam Schreiber has checked in for the Rebels with 9:45 to go. We're all square at 38 here in the Fort. 5 on the shot clock. Happel and an offensive foul, and that's Happel's 4th.
So put that, and that was great defense by the Rebels. Just squared up the body against him, didn't give him a chance to go, and the shot clock was winding down, so that probably forced the issue just a little bit more. Great job by the Rebels, but mark that down at 9:38, 38-38 game, and it'll be a little while, I would guess, before we see Mason Happel again.
Driving to the hoop and the finish and a foul for Landon Johnson. And he has a chance at the end one.
He is just good, Jason. Getting to the basket, body control, and going in against 6'6", 6'4" underneath there. Not even a hesitation, put it up and in, and he gets a little harm here and a chance for a three-point play.
He has 10, make it 11. But more importantly, sends the Rebel lead to 3. Bloom with it. Now Onitson. Now you got to wonder where the Yellow Jacket scoring is going to come from with Sandberg and Heppel out. As Bloom drives, kicks. Onitson for 3. It's good. Gage Onitson, the three-pointer.
Well, for the moment, Gage Onitson answers that question for you, Jason. And again, they converge. Boy, you got to like that if you're a Rebel fan. Johnson going up strong, just didn't finish there.
We're all square at 41 with 8:45 to go on your Huseman Schreiber Masonry scoreboard. Make sure to stay tuned for the Randall's Excavating postgame show as that's stolen away. Back the other way. And a feed down low. And it's slapped out of the hands and out of bounds. Off the hands of Johnson, and it will be Yellow Jacket basketball. Cole Reuter's going to check in for Alex Bloom. Bloom has been all go for the Yellow Jackets off the bench tonight. Giving a lot of energy. Onitson getting pressured in the backcourt by Austin Anderson. Both teams, 14 fouls. Both teams, 3 timeouts left. And a quick breakdown, cross-court pass. Now Schmidt with it. To Onitson in the corner. They close on him quickly. Not giving him much room to shoot as Schreiber. Now it's to Wokosh. Wokosh with 8 on the shot clock. Feeds down low, tough pass to the floor. It's stolen. And the Rebels will come back the other way. That's Peyton Oss who stole that away and will hand it off to Austin Anderson.
I think for both teams, you're going to look at a couple of things. If you're the Yellow Jackets, you're going to look back at these turnovers and think, boy, if we would have had those half of those possessions. And if you're the Rebels, it's the shots at the basket. And they've got to where they wanted to be. They've just rimmed in and out. And I think for both teams, that's been the struggle as a good defensive play there by the Jackets.
That was Blaze Schmidt stepping in to get the turnover. Neither team wanting to really take control or command of this game. It's such a good battle defensively. We'll see how the turnovers and rebounds play in the final 7 minutes. As Wokosh to Schmidt, they swing it around. Reuter for 3, it's good. Cole Reuter, his first three-pointer of the night, gives the Yellow Jackets a 3-point lead. Now with it, Schreiber kicks it over. Comes back to the hands of Austin Anderson. Now Landon Johnson into the lane. The floater from him is good.
Don't you just feel, Jason, that he can get that shot whenever he wants to? And I think you said it best in the last game. He kind of took it over. You kind of get that feeling again like he's about ready to explode, getting to the basket.
Schmidt drives baseline, kick out off the hands, into the hands of the ref and out of bounds. With 6:25 to go, the Yellow Jackets lead by a point here at the Fort. The Rebels looking to sweep the season series. The Yellow Jackets hoping for a split in a crucial Section 8 2A contest. Reader with it now. Yellow Jackets change up their defensive look. Inside the jumper, no. Rebound, put back, tapped in. Brody Friend.
And I was going to say, guess who? Mr. Energy himself for the Rebels. Nice job of finding that. But again, quick recognition by the Rebels. They didn't miss a beat with the change of defense by the Yellow Jackets. Ooh, nice double team down there. Got Blaze Schmidt in the wrong place, and the Rebels just converged and ended up swatting the ball away and hitting it off Blaze's knee. So an extra possession here for the Rebels. And I would guess you're going to see a couple things here. We're going to get to the basket, and I would be surprised if you don't see Brody Friend here with some sort of energy play.
Here's Cox, the floater, good. Quincy Cox this time with the runner. And the Rebels extend the lead to 3.
The freshman going through the lane at 6'1", really good-looking athlete.
Onenson with it, now goes to Schmidt. Cross court to Reuter. He corrals it now into the lane. Short jumper too strong. A rebound and a foul on the Yellow Jackets. The Yellow Jackets starting to show some frustration, and just like that, head coach Kyle Haberman is going to take a timeout. The foul was on Brendan Sandberg. We'll take a break with them. 5:11 to go. Rebels lead by 3.
New Horizons Realty is a full-service real estate company who has been helping buyers and sellers in Lakes Country for over 25 years. They understand the local market conditions because they are from here, live here, and have lifelong careers in real estate. Get a free estimate with an experienced, local, laid-back, and friendly agent that's a part of a team you can trust and will go to work for you. Visit permrealestate.com or call 218-346-7767 to speak with Chad and his dedicated team at New Horizons Realty in Perm.
We take pride in what we send out. When you open a bag of licorice, you want that licorice to look good, you want that licorice to taste good. We work for you. We take pride in what we're making and what we are offering. It is so important to me. I do thank KLN from the bottom of my heart. They believe you and your family is important.
Welcome back. Second half, 5:11 to go. 47-44. The Rebels will bring it back the other way. Looking to extend this lead. An opportunity for 3 by Cox. No good. The rebound tapped around. It's Friend again. Gets bumped out of bounds.
Again, I think the Yellow Jackets can be frustrated maybe a little bit with the foul, but you got to get that and if you got to find one person on the Rebels, you got to find Brody Friend at this point. He's just been outstanding on the board in the hustle plays.
Friend just throws it up in the no man's land. Onenson skies for the loose ball, gets the jump ball. Possession arrow to the Yellow Jackets. Onenson went for that one like he was going for that nice catch that he would have 2 feet in bounds like he had during the football season.
We don't want a spoiler alert here if you're going to go home and watch something, but Pelican Rapids 76-71 victory at Hawley tonight. So Pelican Rapids probably staying atop of Section 8AA.
Reuter now. Happel. Back to Reuter. Exchange passes with Happel. Onenson again. Happel's on the floor with 4 fouls, so that's a thing to keep an eye on. Reuter has it. Now to Happel. Tough shot from the corner, but he nails it. Mason Happel hits another 3.
And I think that's good timing. If you're Coach Haberman, you're probably thinking 4.5 minutes to go or so. Don't want this lead to get out of hand. And here's a 3 to answer.
Peyton Oss again. And it's now 50-47. Happel. Onenson. Looks down low, not there. Now back to Happel. Reuter now getting pressure, gives it to Schmidt. Schmidt bounce pass to Onenson. It's good. Gage Onenson with a 3-pointer and a big one for the Yellow Jackets to even it up at 50 with 3.5 to go.
Amazing you can go most of the game, Jason, where it's been a little bit of struggle at 3-point line.
Off the glass, no by Oss. Rebound for the Yellow Jackets.
And we went back-to-back possessions with 3s, nothing but net.
Happel dumps down to Schmidt. Schmidt, offensive foul. Good job by Friend, partially selling it, but did a good job with position. And Schmidt gets called for the foul.
I think part of that is just his effort all night. You know, when you do that consistently time after time, and we've talked about Brody Friend's energy, and it's a lot easier to get that call when you've been doing that possession after possession after possession.
And Brody Friend, like you said, Mr. Energy, the Energizer Bunny for this Rebels squad, has been outstanding on both sides of the floor. Now he sets a screen that opened Johnson, but the pass gets batted by Happel. Now Detloff with it, and the Yellow Jackets opportunity to take the lead with 2:45 to go. Bloom drives, kicks, three on its way, on its and short. Rebound tied up to the floor. We're going to have a foul. No, it's out of bounds. They'll stay with the Yellow Jackets. .240 to go. Score is tied at 50. Inbounds pass to Sandberg. Now to Happel. Bloom with it. Gets a screen from Sandberg. Drives around. Picks up his dribble. Tough pass in the backcourt. And it's going to be turned over. The Yellow Jackets are hoping for a tip and a redirect. Now they're going to discuss. And there was not a tip on that one. The officials discussed to get that correctly with 2:27 to go.
Section 8AA basketball, Barnesville over the Crookston Pirates 76-58. Jason, they run their record to 11-4. So we're starting to see some separation towards that top. Now it's going to be where everybody falls into that middle type category and makes a run.
Feed inside, Friend draws contact. He'll go to the line. Brody Friend to shoot a pair. He's got 11. The Yellow Jacket fouls on Detloff, his first. The Ruder Friendly Dentistry free throw line with 2:17 to go is Brody Friend in a hushed fort on the free throw until the Yellow Jacket students try to distract him at the last second. Doesn't work. Rebels take a 1-point lead.
Buckle up, 2:17 remaining here, Jason, in a seesaw battle between two really good physical teams as that one rattles in and out.
Pressure on the backcourt. Happel trying to lean on the defender. Throws a pass off Detloff's chance. It goes back to Happel. He's feeling it for three, but that's off the line. And a held ball, jump ball. Sandberg battling for the board. Possession arrow goes to the Rebels. 2 minutes to go. Rebels by a point. The difference, a Brody Friend free throw. Johnson looking to work. Pull up jumper, good. Landon Johnson hits that one. It's 53-50.
Just reminds me of the old ESPN is saying he's as cool as the other side of the pillow there. Just so smooth.
He has 11, and we have a lot of contact. The ball's going to go out of bounds. It'll be Yellow Jacket basketball. Johnson with 11 in the second half, 15 for the game. Will give us something to discuss in our post-game show, brought to you by Randall's Excavating, where we'll name the Randall's Excavating player of the game, as well as the J&L Nutrition and the Backyard player of the game. That's all coming up in our post-game show, brought to you by Randall's Excavating and EOTinsurance.com. 1.5 to go. Schmidt with the basketball, spins, kick out. Detloff for three, off the mark, gets short, and a rebound grabbed by the Rebels. And coming back the other way is Peyton Knotts. Here's Landon Johnson, pull-up jumper is no good. A rebound, the putback by Schreiber, no. Johnson, the rebound, the board is good.
Man, they are relentless, Jason, and it's just that wanting, you talked about it earlier, those 50-50 possessions where it could be either person's ball. It's coming up Rebel right now.
Happel with it. To Schmidt, Happel, a corner three, no good. Rebound grab by the Rebels. And they're starting to feel it with 45 seconds to go. The Yellow Jackets are going to have to foul, and they're going to call timeout. Will the Rebels with 42 to go. The Rebels lead by 5. We'll take a break.
Odds are there's an ace right in your neighborhood. with expert advice and the right tools to make your quick fixes even quicker. Around the block, what you need in stock, with people who know their stuff. Welcome to the Home Convenience Store.
Hi, this is Mallory Stotterell and Erica Saylor from Lakes Ace Hardware. You can expect expert help for your next project at Lakes Ace Hardware, right here in downtown Perham.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
We take pride in what we send out. When you open a bag of licorice, you want that licorice to look good, you want that licorice to taste good. We work for you. We take pride in what we're making and what we are offering. It is so important to me. I do thank KLN from the bottom of my heart. They believe you and your family is important.
Welcome back here to the Hive. Let you know how much time is left when the timeout clock is off the board. 42 seconds to go in this one. 55-50 in favor of the Rebels. Rebels are shooting free throws the rest of the way. They still have 2 fouls to give. Friend will have a baseline inbound with 42 seconds to go. Gets it in, and a big foul there will send Cox to the line as he got sent to the front row on a foul by Onitson.
Again, I think the Rebel coaching staff saying there was no play on the ball, which they could have an argument there. You got to be careful, even when you're trying to intentionally foul. You don't want to make it so that you give them a technical where they would get the ball back again. And we're still arguing it about here on the sideline.
The freshman at the free throw line. Quincy Cox, first free throw. He calmly sinks it like a veteran.
Yeah, what a time to step up to the free throw line. This is, again, a big one, puts you up by 7, so now you really stretch those possessions for the Yellow Jackets with 41 seconds remaining.
And he hits the second. Schreiber in, it's 57-50. The second free throw is huge. Makes it a 3-possession game.
And that offense to defense substitution now by the Rebels.
Onitson up with speed, kick out Schmidt for 3. It's good. Blaze Schmidt, a big 3-pointer for the Yellow Jackets, and a quick timeout with 32.7 seconds to go. We will keep it right here as the Yellow Jackets make some changes. Nope, we'll take a break because it is a full timeout. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
You have options when it comes to purchasing your crop inputs. At Maple River Grain and Agronomy, it's our goal to provide our member owners with the best possible customer service from people that you know and trust who grew up around here and know what it takes to run a successful farming business year-round. The team at Maple River Grain and Agronomy can anticipate our customers' needs. They now serve the DGF and Barnesville communities, as well as Rothsay and Sabin, plus many other locations across North Dakota and Minnesota. Visit mrga.com today to learn more about Maple River Grain and Agronomy.
Welcome back to the fort. I believe 30 seconds left in the second half. 57-53, Rebels lead after the Blaze Schmidt 3-pointer. 32.7 is the amount on the clock.
Rebels just got to make sure they get the ball in bounds here because you're going to get fouled and go hit at least one free throw. But you don't want to turn it over, especially underneath the Yellow Jacket basket. And again, here's the
There's
turnover.
The turnover. As you were describing the situation, Mason Happel forced the issue and caused the turnover. 30.6 seconds to go.
And I really think they wanted Cox to shoot the free throws, so they were kind of forcing it to him. Yellow Jackets knew that, stayed cautious. This is a little bit like what the Yellow Jackets did against the Pelican Rapids Vikings at the end, Jason, to make it really close.
Happel, pressure on him though. Pull-up jumper's good for 2. Pressure now. And a timeout called here by the Rebels with 21.4 seconds to go. And a big shot and a quick run by the Yellow Jackets has cut it to 2. We'll keep it here this time no matter what, as it's a 2-point game. Rebels with the basketball. Inbound will be underneath.
And it's amazing how one turnover, there's been a multitude of turnovers tonight, don't get me wrong, but one will stick into your head as that really changed the whole dynamic to this overtime for if you're the Yellow Jackets. Now all of a sudden the pressure to make free throws is really on the Rebels. And again, I think if you're the Yellow Jackets, you think you caused a turnover before. I wouldn't be surprised to see something try to go a little bit long here, but then the turnover risk goes a lot higher. Rebels just need to get this ball in, get to the free throw line, make your free throws, and you're in good shape yet because it'd be a 2-possession game. But wow, does the Yellow Jackets made this tight all of a sudden with not much time to go.
To be exact, 21.4 seconds to go. Yellow Jackets taking all the timeouts. Friend will be the inbounder.
I was kind of wondering if we wouldn't see that football play where they're all out of bounds. That seems like kind of the new thing to go to, but more of a traditional 1-4 set here for the Rebels.
Friend inbound. Gets it in, and Onitson bats it out of bounds. They were looking for Anderson.
Boy, I think that pass has to come on the side of the inbounder, Jason. That's a long pass, and it's also underneath the Yellow Jackets bucket.
And a foul away from the ball. It's going to be a hold on a Yellow Jacket foul. It'll be on Bloom.
So if you think about that for a second, the 5-second count, if you're not going to get that, you're going to foul anyways. Here now, no time runs off the clock. You extend that even longer if you're the Yellow Jackets. So all in all, not a terrible foul. But again, I'm not sure this is the guy you want at the free throw line to foul if you're the Yellow Jackets.
Landon Johnson at the line hits the first one. This is the big one to make it a 2-possession game with 20.6 seconds to go. Still a lot of time left. You can go to the hoop strong, get 2, and then quickly extend this game out.
It seemed like it was 31 seconds, Jason. We were talking about a 7-point lead, so look at the transactions that have happened in that 11 seconds. So there's lots of time left.
Free throw by Johnson, good again. Johnson has really filled up the scorebook in the second half. It's a 4-point game. 20.6 seconds to go. Sandberg out, Schmidt back in.
I really think you have to defend that 3. If you give up a 2, you give up a 2. But I don't think you want to give up the 3 right now.
They're taking a lot of time to get up court. And now a foul.
Oh, smart move.
They have 4 fouls. I said that earlier. They have a few to give. And there's one there.
So they can foul 2 more times before they get into. I'd use one at about 9 seconds, and we're going to get another timeout here, Jason. And I don't know if you want to go or stay. This is a wild, crazy game.
Full timeout. We'll keep it here, though, with 14.4 seconds to go. I like the philosophy you're talking about. I think they're discussing if you foul, you got to make sure he's not going up. You don't want to put that in the official's hands where it could be a 3-point play or turn into a 4-point play if he's going up for a shot.
Right. The only great thing is that even if the worst case scenario happens by making both free throws, Yellow Jackets can tie. I think, like you said, though, you've got to be really deliberate. And if it takes 2 seconds off, it takes 2 seconds off. If you can get 2.5 seconds and 2.5 seconds and take 5 off, it's going to be really difficult for the Yellow Jackets. Even if you let them score the 2, now they got to follow you. You hit a free throw, they're going to have about 4 seconds left to go the length of the floor for the game winner, which isn't unheard of. But I think you use these fouls really wisely, and then you can almost go, do we want to follow the 3rd time and send them to the line for a one-on-one if you get your real matchup? Now there's no way they can hit a 3. Lots of stuff going on in this one.
It'll be interesting to see what head coach Mike Clark elects to do here. And if you're the Yellow Jackets, you anticipate that. You try to get in that shooting shot motion right away, anticipating that foul, but that could lead to an ugly shot or a turnover if there's no call.
I'd like to see a back pick go to the basket and really force the issue and maybe not let them foul you or get the 2 and an and 1, but this is going to be fun.
They'll go to Reuter in the backcourt. There's the foul. The foul is going to be on us.
So again, their strategy was get them to pass as far back into the backcourt as you can. By the time they reach the D in the DGF, foul them right there, and I would think we're going to see the same strategy.
Reuter with it now. He's going to launch a three. That missed everything, no good, and that will about do it as they're going to run out the clock, and the Rebels will pick up a 59-55 victory tonight over the Perham Yellowjackets, and the Rebels sweep the season series with the Yellowjackets.
Wow, what a game. I almost got to catch my breath here. Just so many scenarios going through, and again, a heartbreaker if you're a Yellowjackets fan. You're right there every time. And if you're the Rebels, this is the start of a nice little run. You won earlier this week. Now you pick up this game was big for them. You got Mahnomen Waubun coming up, and then you probably circle Pelican Rapids, who just knocked off Hawley tonight. And it's one of those fun times, Jason, and we'll probably talk more after we take a little break. But every night is going to probably have so much attached to it that it just makes them almost bigger than what they should be for games in January. But awesome game tonight.
Stay tuned for Randall's Excavating and EOT Insurance postgame show here on the Magnitude Sports Network.
Randall's Excavating is experienced in underground utilities, specializing in water lines, sanitary sewer, and storm sewer, from site preparation and trenching to the installation of all site utilities. They also provide a large number of underground services and can complete your underground work from the street to the building. Randall's Excavating responds to emergency repairs of water leaks, fire protection lines, fire hydrants, sanitary and storm sewer lines, for all commercial and residential needs, including camera inspections, and they work with most plumbing contractors. For more info, visit randallsinc.com or call 701-219-9126.
Concrete is used in nearly every business and residence thanks to its durability and low cost. Whether it's your home, farm, or business, your concrete will likely need maintenance or repair given our harsh winters. The team at Cash Concrete has over 20 years experience and is able to provide the best, most cost-effective service in today's market. Call 701-219-0425 or visit cashconcretefm.com to get your free quote. Cash Concrete, proudly serving North Dakota and Minnesota commercial businesses and the community since 1995.
Randall's Excavating is experienced in underground utilities, specializing in water lines, sanitary sewer, and storm sewer, from site preparation and trenching to the installation of all site utilities. They also provide a large number of underground services and can complete your underground work from the street to the building. Randall's Excavating responds to emergency repairs of water leaks, fire protection lines, fire hydrants, sanitary and storm sewer lines, for all commercial and residential needs, including camera inspections, and they work with most plumbing contractors. For more info, visit randallsinc.com or call 701-219-9126.
Central Market, the fresh place in Perham and Detroit Lakes, offering the freshest meat, produce, bakery, and deli products possible with great value for your money. A visit to Central Market is a journey into freshness. You'll always be able to find a wide variety of items that will result in the perfect meal for your family and friends. Begin with their meat department, and whether it's succulent fruit and vegetables, fresh baked specialties from their bakery, or the convenience of fresh deli selections, Central Market is the fresh place for your family. Go Yellowjackets!
One of our core values at United Community Bank is reinvesting in the communities we serve. I personally take great pride in this, as I'm a fifth generation in our family here at United Community Bank. We've been here for over 100 years. We take a great sense of pride in sort of that reciprocal relationship we have with our community, that, you know, we need our community members and they need us, and we love giving back and reinvesting.
Welcome back to the post-game show here on the Magnitude Sports Network. The DGF Rebels earned a 59-55 victory tonight over the Perham Yellowjackets, and Lance came down to it at the end. Turnovers overall in this contest really hurt both teams, but it really hurt the Yellowjackets tonight.
Right, and I think it was just the time of the turnovers as well. It just, and some of them weren't as forced as you'd like. You know you're going to have turnovers, and there's going to be times where the ball just doesn't do what you want it to do. But there were a lot of turnovers, I think, the Yellow Jackets that were unforced, and those are the ones that you want to clean up. That being said, you got to give credit to this Rebel defense. They're physical. They play that way. They're after you. They use their body well. They're contact, and they're aggressive. And that is a tough team. Then you look at section time. You don't want to play a team like that because that's a scary team because you don't have to be quite as talented offensively if you're just hounding on defense, and they certainly were tonight.
The Rebels with the victory improves their season mark to 9-6, 6-1 in the Heart of the Lakes Conference as they get the season sweep of the Yellow Jackets. Yellow Jackets drop to 4-11, 2-5, and now we'll name players of the game. First for the Yellow Jackets, your Lakes or J&L Nutrition in the backyard player of the game. We discussed this a little bit. I think we're going to go with a pair just because it wasn't the full complete game. It's kind of why we're going to go with a pair because both of them had spurts throughout. And I thought it was Brandon Sandberg and Mason Happel tonight.
Right, and I think you could go even further, say Brandon Sandberg first half, Mason Happel second half. And even though Mason had to sit with foul trouble, he hit some big threes for the Yellow Jackets just when they needed it. And, boy, I like that presence that Brandon brought in. And even more than the presence in the scoring, Jason, I liked his energy tonight. And I've seen that gather in Brandon, and that's a good sign for the Yellow Jackets. If you can get a 6'6" post player who wants to post and will go hard to the basket, it's going to make life a lot better. Me being 5'9", I know when you have a post that's drawing attention, it makes it a lot easier to shoot, and I think you'll see that out of the Yellow Jackets in the near future.
Mason Happel finished with 19, Brandon Sandberg with 12, Gage Onenson with 11 for the Yellow Jackets, as well as Blake Schmidt with 5, Cole Reuter with 5, 3 for Ashton Detloff. You're scoring for the Yellow Jackets. Your Randall's Excavating player of the game is going to be plural players of the game tonight. Landon Johnson took control for the Rebels in the second half, 15 of his 19 points, all in the second half, and then Brody Friend. A lot of energy tonight. He finished with 12, but for Brody, it wasn't really the points. It was the hustle plays that sometimes that really don't get put in the scorebook.
Right, and I would say tonight, I'll work backwards. I'll talk about Brody Friend first. I think it was such a stat filler night. We don't have all the stats, Jason, but if you would look at all the tip passes, all the offense and defensive rebounds, steals, assists, I mean, he was leading down the floor. And then all of that takes backstage to just his pure hustle. You can see when you see a kid like that, you watch your other teammates rise their level by just being around him. And you saw that in the Rebels when they hit a few down patches. He made some steal and took off, and pretty soon all the Rebels were with him, and it just picked up their energy. So that, to me, as a former coach, that's hard to coach, and that's something that's all him. And then how cool is Landon Johnson when the game's on the line? I mean, he just floated in the lane, hit those 6, 8. It's kind of a game era gone by, hitting those 6, 8, 10-foot floating jump shots in the lane, and then stepping up to the free throw line and saying, I'm not going to leave any doubt. And he just kind of put the Rebels on his shoulders for those last 2-3 minutes and said, we're going to win this.
And that indeed they did, as the Rebels earned a 59-55 victory tonight over the Yellow Jackets. Thank you for tuning in tonight. Lance Rock will be back on the air with a host of characters tomorrow night as the Yellow Jackets take on Holly in girls basketball action. And Lance, should be a fun one for you guys tomorrow night.
Yeah, excited to see that. The Yellow Jackets are playing really good basketball. Kind of my debut after a long time of not being a play-by-play person. So come join along. You'll probably get some laughs, and we're just excited that we can bring you the Yellow Jacket basketball tomorrow night.
Thank you for tuning in. For Lance Rock, I'm just a girl with the Rebels with the victory tonight. Have a good night. Drive home safely.
This broadcast was an exclusive presentation of the Magnitude Sports Network. Subscribe, click the bell, and visit magnitudesn.com for a schedule of our upcoming broadcasts.